to another week of the Hydeout, guys. We are here and we're ready to bring you all things news, anime, Marvel, and DC. Been heavy on the social media this week, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Definitely we're going to be posting more. Anything we hear, any news, anything we see is just going to be on there. Again, follow the page. We actually touched base this week. Was editing videos, so one of the videos I posted on YouTube, if you're on the YouTube side, was episode 8 of season 1, and of that, season 1. It sounds crazy. Like again, we have been in this for a while now, and in that episode, we talk about was it
Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer, the movie trilogy, and so it felt pretty cool to know that in 2023. We were already keeping up with it. Yep. It was a rumor at that time, and then to come full circle, was it June-ish? When we got confirmation that it was gonna be a trilogy. So it's like, yo, like what's up? Like it felt cool. So again, guys, anything anime, Marvel, DC, news, rumors, casting confirmations, the whole nine, we're gonna bring it to you guys. So if you follow us. I hope y'all enjoy our content, and then again, I hope y'all are getting insight to everything Hollywood in those, in those realms. So, hope y'all stay tuned. YouTube's gonna be popping. It's going. It's
getting up there.
So, I'll be uploading one after tonight's live stream. It'll be episode 9. Just stay tuned. Like I said, they're rolling in. Once I get them all up, we're gonna be making it happen, guys. I promise. So, going to the page right now, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the news that we came across this week. Some pretty good ones. I actually am pretty excited about one of the DCU's, news that came out, and it was in regards to Kyle Chandler. Kyle Chandler is now confirmed as the Hal Jordan for James Gunn's DCU's Lanterns. That'll be coming out on Max, HBO Max. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that concept. We briefly talked about it. It's going to be, the synopsis is it's older Hal Jordan, and they're recruiting a younger...
Kyle Rayner?
No. Oh my God. The main one.
Why do we always forget these names? Well, because Green Lantern doesn't get as much love as other characters.
But so Hal Jordan was the one that got, shat on most of the time.
Yeah.
But he is going to be his mentor. And they're down to 2 castings. I didn't save that in piece of news, unfortunately. But they're down to 2 castings for the main Green Lantern. And so with that being said, it's going to be a Max series. It's not going to be a Max movie or HBO Max movie or anything. It's going to be a series. And again, I like series because it can give us more of the story. Lantern has got such a deep lore. Y'all saw it in the travesty of Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. It's just so deep that I don't think it could be, just done in a movie. So I'm pretty excited about it. Let me see here. I'm getting the name. We have the Green Lantern, and then it's called Lantern. So, again, Kyle Chandler was confirmed. And let's see. Alan Scott is in the movie as well. John Stewart is the younger John Stewart being recruited by Hal Jordan. And so, and then we have Guy Gardner in the DCU. So that's why I'm wondering if the Guy Gardner is going to be replaced by, what's his name? And so,
Hal Jordan?
By John Stewart. So I'm wondering, because they say Guy Gardner's Green Lantern is volatile. Like, he's more on his anger, his, emotions and stuff. Like,
he has strong willpower, but in the comics, he does become a Red Lantern.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So then, interesting concept. That is one of the news. Kyle Chandler is Hal Jordan. Again, he is the older Hal Jordan. That is the concept that they're going to be going with. So super stoked about that. We'll get to the Thunderbolts, but the other one, anime news, which I was like super stoked about, is the Fire Force one. So if you follow the page, I shared I guess the poster for Fire Force season 3. Finally, and again, everyone's with me, and again, I don't have the lore and I don't have the deepness that I've been following mangas as much as the fans have, other fans. But just seeing that, they're like, man, that shit came out in high school. Like, I'm already got a kid, and that's watching that shit. Yeah. He's like, I don't give a shit about Fire Force. So I was like, damn. I was like, I really got into it, 2 years ago or whatever. But that shit made me laugh. There was just people like, man, I read that manga when I was in high school. I got a kid already. I got a kid that's has a kid. They're like, dude, just rolling on the trolls. Yeah. So it was hilarious. So season 3 of Fire Force is coming out April 2025. But what I put in there, and I'm interested in your concept or your thoughts. What do you think about seasons being done in parts like that?
I understand it on like a logistics point, because having to animate everything, and it depends on if you're doing just pure CG or hand drawn.
Okay.
Because hand drawn, like, let me give it to you this way. The epic fight of Levi versus the Beast Titan?
Mm-hmm.
That first like big fight that they had and everything. Some of the background was CG, or most of the background was CG. They were like basically hand drawn. And with everything that they did, it took about a month to finish that whole fight scene out. Just a month. If it was all hand drawn, it would have taken 3 with a whole team behind it.
Good.
So if you're doing hand drawn animation,
hand drawn animation is like the Disney's Mickey back in the day, where they're like flipping back and forth to show the movement.
But with animation nowadays, it's like you're actually drawing on a screen, and then that screen you could change. You could hit next, and it shows you the previous thing you drew, and you can change it on top of it. And that's dope. It's like adding layers
without adding layers.
And you could see it all fluidly as you go.
That's freaking dope. I need to see something like that.
The other way, the CG way, is you're basically like inputting the models and everything, and the models will start like,
and they kind of have like those little dot stick figures that
like the stick figures are able to move it a little bit more fluid, and like it has the ability to do that. So there's both have their.
I need to see that hand drawn concept. I didn't know that that's where they're at now. Like, so the screen just like makes its own layers.
Yeah, I gotta ask my daughter, because I know she's doing it. Like, she's doing animation right now in school, in her high school. But I don't know if that's that level yet. But I do know there are those levels now where you're able to kind of like boom, boom.
Do they have competitions for that in your daughter's school, or
I don't know yet.
That's interesting.
I'm not yet.
I wish our school had something like that.
Dude, I was talking to my wife. I was like, damn, I wish our school was something like this, because kids could basically choose, okay, what do you want to do, and then you basically do half your damn schooling in that. I'm like, that.
All right, our school was so bad that we couldn't even ask kids from surrounding towns to our prom. Tennis, I wanted to play tennis, but because tennis was during football season, I couldn't play tennis. Like, what? Like, but when you would go to the surrounding towns or these smaller towns, and I would play them in track. Let's just say I was in track, and I would be talking to them. It was just like, I was a tennis. I won doubles, and I was like, wait. But you play football too, right, man? And so yeah. And he's like, what the hell? Like, dude, my school was just freaking whack, bro. Like, it's to this day whack. I'm sorry, guys. Whoever's watching,
he had a vent real quick.
Had a relapse. What else do we got?
Real quick question though.
Go for it.
Would you rather have a Fire Force season 3 or a One Punch season 3?
We're getting them both, I hope.
We are, but which one do you have right now?
More? If I would have one now, I would take One Punch.
One Punch?
100%. I'm telling you, that left me salty. It's just taking, homie, and I'm like, wait. This is the end of the season? Like, no. Hold up. Boy was just wrecking shop. You gonna end it with homie just getting carried off by the demons? No. That had me. But let's see. What else? smaller news, but exciting. But then the big one. The next one was The Last Airbender season 2 is now in production.
Did you see the Toph they casted too?
I have not seen the Toph. I saw the video. Yeah.
No,
did they get a pretty good one?
They show. I think if you go on there, they actually show the picture, and then they show her side by side with the original Toph. I'm like, looks pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not mad.
Cool. I have not seen that. You need to post that for show. Yes. So season 2 is officially in production. So don't have a drop date. We don't have a release date. We just know it's started. So that's cool. I think I seen a picture of the cast, but I don't know which one was Toph. They were already all like holding up the script or whatever. I didn't know who was casted Toph. So I didn't actually zoom in or zone in. But last but not least, in the news portion that I'm excited about is the Thunderbolts trailer dropped this week. So again, Thunderbolts asterisk. So I want to ask you, have you went into that, what the asterisk is? Apparently there is. I keep reading the article and I don't go into the article, but I was just curious if you have you come across why they're putting the asterisk? Everyone says they know and they have an idea. I was not good in English, so I couldn't even tell you what an asterisk would be used for in actual proper English.
You're like, what does this mean?
Well, yeah, I just put star when I mess up on a
text
message. Star, like my bad, like real word is, fuck, and I was like star, like.
Or when you want to censor yourself, you put the little star.
Straight up. So that's how I know it. So let me, as you tell me, what do you think of it? Seeing that just now, what did you think of it? As I look up what an asterisk is.
I mean, you can look it up because I am not sure myself. The only thing I could think of is that normally when I see an asterisk or something, it means it means something's not complete. Like it's something like it's Thunderbolts, but hey, something's changed or something's altered.
Okay, it says the noun for asterisk is a symbol used to mark printed or written text, typically as a reference to an annotation or a stand or omitted matter. Verb of the asterisk is third person present, asterisk past tense. Oh, okay. Mark a word or a piece of text with an asterisk. He had an asterisk the things about the case that still bothered him. Okay, so it was just in verb form. So, annotation to stand or for omitted matter. Omitted, or a reference.
So, kind of like how I was saying, it's
Thunderbolts,
but it's not finished. It's hey, there's something missing in here or something, in my eyes.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I don't know. Everyone's talking about it. Even what's his name? David, the Red Guardian. He was saying the same thing. He was like David Harbour, right? Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I kind of know. I understand what it means," and I'm just like, "But do you?" I mean,
he's like, they told me.
But I was gonna say, Kevin Feige they sometimes film these movies and not know what the scene is filmed. I like the video where Tom Holland, he's smiling. I never noticed he was smiling in Endgame because they told him it was a wedding scene because they were like, well, where's Tony? It was Tony's funeral because no one knows what's going on in these films. Like there's so much secrecy behind them. So I don't know. It's
because of people like
Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, that they kind of like, all right, we gotta shut everybody down. You get these, they get these versions, and then they get these versions.
So yeah, exactly. Then no one can no one's script. Even if I gave him my script, he's like, that is not in my script.
Right?
That is not the scene.
Here's mine.
Here's mine. That's freaking crazy,
Wait,
guys.
You got a fight scene?
Yeah, straight up. What? I like Anthony Mackie's and his battle that they have going on because
the sorcerer.
No. Where Mackie hasn't had a standalone film, so Tom Holland is like, hey, it's different having your own film or whatever. So they've had that running joke. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I kind of don't. I don't know. Mackie just kind of is weird with me.
Really?
I don't care for him
Yeah.
as like an actor.
I think he actually went to Juilliard, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
I mean like he's a good actor. I just don't care for him like as a person.
Juilliard?
I don't know.
It was a prestigious acting school.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. He went to one. I can't remember.
And it's like as a person, I'm kind of like you kind of have a little bit of a tude on you that you know you're a little up here when you really need to be back down here.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't make money like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I could see the attitude. And I'm like, you over here fighting with somebody half your age about a movie just because you jealous. They got 3 before you ever got your 1.
That's hilarious. I never thought of it like that. I guess salty, but
Yeah.
but he's still. It's playful banter, as they say. I guess. Asterisk on the playful.
You're like, now that I know.
Asterisk, now that I know what it means. Omitted on the playful. Like, so that's hilarious. But what do you think? You saw it real briefly. I've broken it down a little bit. They actually retconned Taskmaster's mask. Jesus.
Yeah.
So I saw that. You know that.
Yeah.
So I was pretty cool with that. Everyone's ragging on that. Apparently, everyone's like, "Oh, we're fixing, Taskmaster," and they're like, "If he's not a man and named Tony this or whatever, then you didn't fix nothing. Like, just leave it as it is. Give him the shit story you have already and let it go. Like, you know what I mean? So, but it's true. Like, it's something so pronounced that they like messed up the whole origin. Like, do not backtrack. Again, MCU, if there's anything that you do not backtrack, because that just shows you were wrong. Like, again, if you want to show you're wrong, by all means, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they replaced her, maybe she found another person or whatever. I guess whatever they could write into this, but I don't know. Again, just run with it. After that, you felt you already ripped the Band-Aid off. You're gonna have the scar. Just show the scar off. Yeah, show the scar off now. Like, don't put no concealer on that.
Like, for me, the whole gender swapping stuff, I'm okay with it unless it was a big part of the story.
Okay.
The characters, I don't really like. You could be a guy or a girl as long as the story is the same beat.
Got it.
Because the character only affects what goes on with their little realm, but the story overall is happening with the character, pulling the character into it. So
if they gave her the same story as the Taskmaster in the comics, you wouldn't have minded.
It would have been, as long as it's going the right way. Yeah, we're good. Like, who did they change? And people were pissed. They changed somebody from, I think, a female to a male or a male to a female. I forget. They like altered it.
Okay.
And people were like up in arms about it. And whatever it was, I can't remember it for the life of me right now. Whatever it was, I was like, but does it change the story? I'm like, if it doesn't change the story, there's no reason to get mad.
The ancient one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ancient one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was a big deal. And then what did they do? What did the producers do at the end? Go find this article. They ended up saying they overstepped their boundaries. They shouldn't have gender swapped. They see that they, could have, casted this and that and this. I think it was during the whole thing of the Eternals where it was like casted all well, like, all around, race casted and stuff. Like, but yeah, they ended up backtracking again, but it's too late. Again, the movies are there. She came out in Endgame, like, you know what I mean? Like, but they accepted it at that point.
Like, it didn't affect what
the ancient one was.
The ancient one still took the power from the freaking dark dimension, still did whatever. It was still the same things. They were just pissed that it was a female. And I'm like, yo, like.
And Tilda Sweden, man, she bad. She, if you don't remember, played the Angel. I think it was
in Constantine.
Constantine,
yes.
Hey guys, that one right there.
I heard there was a rumor going around about Constantine 2.
I've been hearing about that. I've been hearing.
I'm totally down.
Hey, that's something we can cover. It's DC, like we can cover that. So we'll throw it in there. Keanu Reeves, my boy. Sonic, Shadow. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. I really am. And let's see. I think that's all I got. Do you have anything else? Anything on the Thunderbolts you want to talk about? We got
Okay,
Sentry
we
revealed.
got the Sentry reveal. We got with the Thunderbolts though. What I kind of liked was because I was asking you just before we watched it. I was like, "How is Bucky involved in this crap?" Right? And then it looks like he's actually going after the Thunderbolts. He's actually actively hunting them down. And I was like, that's a good way because the whole time he's been a good, like he's
He's
changed.
good,
He's
yeah.
good now. And I was like, how are you gonna have him join a bad guy team or like a anti-hero team? If he's supposed to be trying to change his life, and the way they show it, I'm like, okay, I'm more comfortable with his story in there right at the moment. Because I mean, he still might join them at the end to fight like somebody else,
Something.
but it's more
It's
connected.
good, yeah. It's good. It wasn't
better.
just him going bad again because he's done doing the good stuff. Yeah. So pretty stoked again. Overall with his story arc, I'm down. It looks like they're concentrating on Yelena's backstory, like goodness. So they're going based off of that. I forgot they couldn't hear that. So they were going hard on that, and then the part I want to discuss that I think is interesting because again you're a little bit more comic lore, not too heavy but enough. Everyone and their mama is ripping like all the comic news sites because they're comparing Sentry to Superman. And everyone was like, yo, no, not quite Superman. That's Hyperion. Like, that's Hyperion. Everyone was like, no, you got it mixed up. Hyperion is the Superman, the MCU's equivalent,
Yeah.
And then just everything. Everyone was ripping apart these magazines because they're, comparing him to Superman. But they were saying he's more like Molecule Man, like the one step below Superman, like, oh, dude, it just long story short, they were ripping this like the articles.
Yeah.
So, but one of the powers that I think was pretty cool that I'm hoping that they bring in or just show how dangerous it is he has the power of 1,000 suns, apparently burning suns, and then his schizophrenic side, the void.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna bring it in, but that character.
They did decent with Moon Knight. So I'm like, if they could kind of, keep that kind of feel to it almost.
You think so? Okay.
I think it'll be really, really well done. Okay. Because Moon Knight's was I love how you can kind of see the fracture.
Yeah.
And then him being able to kind of talk to himself in the mirror because he's not seeing himself, he's seeing the altar. And it just like stuff like that. Because schizophrenia doesn't always appear like that for everybody. But, for comics, they have to make it visually, appealing. So for that to happen, I was like, that's pretty good.
I'm excited. So that when I saw that it had an alternate, personality, I didn't know that. I didn't know his character, that power person had a super powered alternate, person. I was like, why wouldn't I have thought of that? You know what I mean? Schizophrenia is a whole different person. If the person has different, personality, he could use the powers however he chooses. That. I was like, ooh, that shit go crazy, guys. Like, now that when I thought about it, I was like, yo, this is gonna be an interesting character. But a lot of people were saying he's just too overpowered for the Thunderbolts.
No, yeah, definitely.
So that's
let me put it this way. You know how I talk about World War Hulk? Hulk coming in and like laying waste to everybody. Sentry has to come in and deal damage, like basically rock Hulk to the point where they're like, all right, we done. We calm down now. It has to be him in order to do everything because most people can't handle it.
That's wild.
Like, what's his name? Doctor Doom, or not Doctor Doom? Doctor Strange. Why am I blanking on you right now? Homie on the motorcycle.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. He tried to take down Hulk. Like, these are powerful fucking people trying to do something, and Hulk still like
Rampage.
Like,
I even saw that like Scar was trying to get him, and he's like, "Come on, son," or said something like, "He's like, son, I'm the strongest." Like,
but that was back on the planet.
Oh, that was
before he came to
okay,
Earth.
because I forgot you read the freaking comic. Yeah, he threw that dude through a wall.
He's like, yo, please. Remember who you come from.
Straight.
He was like, nah, you have a fraction of what I got.
So that showed on one of my posts that he beat the Hulk. It was one of the one of his prominent battles. He beat a battle with the Hulk.
Yeah.
So that was just insane to see that type of power. So I'm interested in wondering what they're gonna do with him, because
in the Super Bowl, in the Thunderbolts,
Thunderbolts, but it was a small little hint, that one, he's donning the suit because he picks up that emblem, the S. The second part that is they were asked to be there. He wasn't. He came out so that was a small little thing. I feel like when it went red, there's a small. This is like my theory is when it went red is it's gonna activate his like problem to activate the power, and then they're there to see how his strength is. Like they haven't unlocked it, kind of like Deadpool, where they're like trying to unlock the mutant ability, like they had to do something to open it. So I'm thinking something of that sort, because they say he comes from the golden super serum. So they apparently it was like the last bit of the super serum serum,
something around, because everybody was basically trying to create the super serum. Somehow or another,
etc.
Yeah, so that's how they all.
So that's what they say, it was the golden super serum. So I'm assuming what happened in Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to tie a little bit into it, because we do get Bucky,
which would make Bucky in there even more reliable. So that's what if they do that, I would like that,
because he's find out maybe that homegirl Valentina has the super serum. You know what I mean? Yeah. Side note: Valentina and that group bought the Avengers Tower. So that was actually thrown out there now. So we now find out who owns Avengers Tower, and it's the group whoever Valentina works for. I don't know who it is. So interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. So I really hope y'all tune in. We'll definitely be going to cover that. We're going to be bringing in more, trailers. Stay tuned to the Hydeout page. And then, as we grow, maybe reels, etc., etc. But any piece of news as far as on your side? I saw you had something earlier.
No, I was just double checking. I was like, I don't know if we talked about the runtime supposedly for Venom.
It did come out this week, but we haven't talked about it. What is it?
At the time, what was it? Was this a week ago? This is 8 hours ago. It is said it's reportedly an hour and 50 minutes. A little disappointed with it, because I'm
Which one? 210?
At least give me 2, because the hour and 50 minutes includes the freaking. You know what? We're gonna pass on that. We're gonna step away from this. Oh no!
So yeah, it has to contain Noel. It's gonna have to contain all that stuff.
Oh, guys. On the DC side, supposedly it is confirmed right now, but Deathstroke and Bane are supposed to have a team up series.
I've seen it.
I'm down for that, because Bane is awesome, and his whole Batman, Bane, the way they portrayed Bane in the last couple movies he's been in is kind of been not right.
Really? Hardy's? I thought Hardy showed the intelligent side of Bane, because
he showed the intelligent side and the training side, and then the older Bane showed the monstrous Venom side, and the Venom is the stuff that is pumped into him. But you're supposed to, dude, he's supposed to be both.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they are able to combine Hardy's and the other one into one, so that way we can have a more comic accurate Bane.
Okay.
Because in all honesty, this dude is one of the only people known to break the bat.
Only one to get to the nitty gritty of
he's broken Batman's back. He's the only one of the few to physically outmatch Batman. So his strength, and then also his combat knowledge and his ability to like plan and attack. Like, he's really out there. But with Deathstroke on the side too, who's one of the greatest hitmen on DC's list, like, come on. Like, it'll be really cool to see who they're going after.
Do you know enough lore that they do cross paths enough to make a show like this? Or do you know of any point in time there was a team up at this point?
I think there was a team up at one point, because Deathstroke does come across Batman, and even he's like, "Yo, Batman's legit." Like a lot of people clown. Like, okay,
with preparedness, he could beat anybody.
Yeah. But you know how people clown on a Green Lantern, and like in real life, like everybody's like, "Oh, Green Lantern sucks." This and that. In comics, everybody clowns on Batman because they're like, "You don't even have superpowers. Like, what are you doing?" This and that. And Batman's like other superheroes are like, "Yo, you better shut the hell up! Like, you don't know this man." Like
I think I seen a cartoon where he beats the Flash in the Arrow, like, or something like that. Like, he catches on or whatever.
Yeah, he's something else. Like, if he's able to, he knows what he does.
I love when they crack jokes and then they just look at the Batman and they're like, "I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding."
Oh man,
I kid.
I didn't mean it. I swear.
Freaking Wally. What do you think about that? No, you've never watched it, man.
What, the Arrow?
The CW stuff, man. Like,
I have not.
Because they bring Barry up. Because apparently, long story short, Barry Allen is the fastest man on Earth, right? And then it was not Barry Allen. Apparently, Wally West is the fastest because that is how it works or whatever. So Wally West has been the one on all the animated shows. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that till I don't know what show it came on my feed, and I was like, okay, so I've been watching Grant Gustin be, Barry Allen, and then we get Wally West being officially the
Barry Allen was the first Flash, the first one to awaken the Speed Force. And with him, the Speed Force kept on expanding and everything, but Wally West is, I think, the closest person tied to it. Like,
he won with the Speed Force.
Basically, he is the fastest out of all the Flashes.
That's crazy.
So,
wow. Okay, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I was always just wondering why, but it did show part of that where he like starts trying to find himself, etc. Then he finds himself being one with But nonetheless, it was a good show. Fell off again like last.
There's a new CW series coming out. Is there not? I could have sworn I saw something.
I think they done stopped all that. No, I could have sworn they did.
There was something, I think, DC wise coming out on the CW, and I was like, hold up, like I thought Max had all that.
I was about to say you might have to double check because I know CW stopped. CW was like, they stopped the Batgirl project in mid literally not mid production. It was done. It was done.
Never mind.
Exactly. They just took that literally took the role and put it in like the save. They were like, nah, why did we finish that, guys? But apparently they had good, talks. They said it was a good show. They don't understand why they shelved it. I don't get it. But if you find it, let me know. I will give you a few moment.
I mean, you can bring up whatever you want to talk about.
I'm ready. I'm ready for some Agatha, bro. I'm ready
let's go.
So, alrighty, guys, to the nitty gritty of the show. Again, we bring you all news. So, if anything you see and hear on our show, we're gonna definitely bring it to you and let you know. And here it is.
Found it. Oh, damn it! Why did it go away? It was the CW. Clark and Superman and Lois Lane.
They have been bringing that. It's I think on season 3, but they canceled it.
It still shows it's renewed.
Double check.
Returning in fall 2024.
That might be the last one. That I read the article. We might have to bring this back to y'all next week. Rebound to it. But I read that they were upset. The producers were upset because they shut it down because of the storyline that they're going to go with the DCU. And then, but James Gunn allowed them to finish how they wanted to finish it.
That's cool.
So that's cool. What I mean. He's like, finish the show, give it the seasons you need to get it done. And the director said that they could finish it within this last season with an understandable story. So.
Yeah, that's cool though. Because James Gunn could legit just been like, nah. cut out.
Exactly. And then apparently he's bragging. Penguin actually got a 91 on Rotten Tomato as the audience score, and then 89 as the critic score.
I just started watching it. I'm only past the first episode. I gotta tell you, I'm a little like
slow burn.
It's a super slow, dude. I almost fell asleep a couple times.
Oh shit!
Like that's just the first episode.
Okay,
though. But like I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Okay, that's kind of like where I could see where you're kind of leading it to. But I'm like, maybe the next episode is better because that first episode was slow. Like,
well, according to the director, Penguin does not care about the Batman. Like, apparently, this show right here has nothing in tied to the Batman. It is just a spin-off of this character. Like, I think he said, nope. I don't even think he said that there like ties it in at the end or anything. I don't know that.
Supposedly I read somewhere that Batman doesn't even show up at all in the series. And people were making fun of it or not making fun of the Penguin, but they're like, this is how you make a spin-off. And then they showed all the spin-offs of like Marvel stuff without their main, like without a main super or without main characters. And they're like, yo, this is how it's done. And I'm like, okay, I'm curious just because of that. But that first episode was so like...
So, I mean, James Gunn's bragging about it, so I'm curious. I really am curious as to see...
Well, is he keeping that one? Is that part of his universe?
That is his universe. Oh, no. It's his sub-universe. But he is creating it. Like, he is overseeing it, but it's a sub-universe. The Joker and the Batman, those are sub-universes in a, underrealm, if that makes sense. And then all his...
what I'm hearing is basically, if they do bad, that's not me. But if they do good, okay, I'll take it.
I'll say, yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, it's its own realm. It's its own universe, apparently. But he's filming it, but he's proud of his stuff. Apparently, he's taking time. Superman Legacy is gonna looking good. I didn't post this news, and I'm upset because I wanted to, find some photos or whatever. But Crypto, the super dog, is going to be in this movie. Live action Crypto, man. You hurt my feelings. I'm stoked. I don't care. I'm keeping my smile. I'm keeping my smile.
I feel like that was more of a gag character.
No.
I feel like he, it's...
Hey, The Rock made him cool, bro. No. The Rock made him cool in that Superman, in that Super Dog movie.
Get out of here.
I enjoyed it.
Get out of here. No, I'm like...
Kevin Hart.
I don't know enough about
Crypto or the super animals.
Yeah,
the super pets.
Yeah, I don't know enough about any of that. My biggest question is, where the hell did he come from?
I don't know. And they posted a picture of him in his outfit next to David Cornsweet, and
oh no,
like in his little.
All I'm getting, all I'm getting is Megamind, and they put him with his little minion fish. And that's what they did with Superman. They gave him his puppy. And this is your
crying, baby. Here you go. Have your dog.
I'm like, come on now, man. Like, see, this is not what I wanted. Why? You have to explain Crypto. Because if he's going to be...
Where did he come from? We haven't seen a power dog in any universe.
In anything. We haven't seen any powerful pets.
I was about to say any power any animals like, except for Rocket on, you know.
But they gave him a reason why he was altered. I was going to say that unless you alter them, there's no reason an animal should have a power unless they've been, messed with.
Do you know the lore of Crypto?
I told you,
I don't know if he comes from Crypto. Like,
now I'm going to have to dive into damn Crypto.
Yes, guys. So breaking news. You heard it here. Crypto, the super dog, is going to be in the Superman Legacy movie. So you literally was like, oh no.
The moment you said it, was just, see, I was like hopeful for that movie, and now you just dropped it down.
Oh man, so
you dropped it down a couple. I don't.
Damn it, man! I thought you would be excited.
I mean, the dog is cool and all, but now I'm like, you're making it into live action. Now I need sources. Now I need reasons. Now you done messed up.
Now you done took 20 minutes of my movie to explain this superpowered dog that you have in Earth. Like,
where did it come from? How did it get here? Why is it here in the first place? Did it come with Superman?
we're
Did it
getting
not?
a Lex. We're getting a Lex Luthor. Maybe he experimented, got out of the lab, went and, found.
If he's experimenting on animals, first off, PETA's going to be up in arms. Second, you expect that dog to be helping people? They got experimented on.
You have what's his name? Caesar. They experimented and
he wiped out half the humanity.
That was the virus.
Okay, it was a virus, but at the same time, he killed some people for it. He didn't care. He was like, "Yo, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone."
Right.
So you got this super dog who has powers of the Superman, and people are poking and prodding him, and then so only Superman could be like, "Yo,
stay a good boy." Like, good
oh my god, that's gonna be the undertitle.
Crypto the good boy.
I can't with it, dude.
But yeah, they confirmed it, man. He is in this movie. But alrighty, guys, we'll leave it with that of the moans of Emmanuel, and go on to our main part of our show. We're gonna talk about some Agatha All Along, guys. We got a little bit about it. It's it's gonna be a weekly show. I'm excited about that. It brings back the nostalgia. We always talk about it. Just joining and running to get to watch this episode that it comes out weekly.
I was a little disappointed because I tried to watch it on my lunch break on Wednesday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't come out till late." Damn.
Oh, because your lunch break wasn't past 8 yet?
Yeah, it wasn't past 8. I was like, "Damn it, I wanted to watch it."
That's
so
hilarious.
when I got home, I was like, "Is it on there? Oh, it's on there."
It's crazy. I enjoy it. I enjoy the thrill of it. But this one was interesting.
I enjoyed this episode.
Did you? I called one of the things right off the bat. I was upset I didn't see it coming. But yeah, so
spoilers, just in case.
Spoilers all in this. So again, stop. If you're not watching it, you're just like kind of scrolling. Stop.
The sirens go off. We don't have no siren button yet, but we'll get one.
But interesting show. So we get the road. They finally announced it. Why the heck was Kitty there? You know what I mean? Why was Shannon there?
Sharon.
Like Sharon, you know what I mean? Like they finally announced it. That was one thing that was like bugging Bree the most.
Yeah.
But they're like, no one's gonna know that she really isn't a witch. Like she just, but it was hilarious. That part was funny. She's like, this is a kidnapping. Like calling the police. Like this was great. Like
she's like, I went through this one with Wanda. I'm not doing this again.
Yes. Yeah, PTSD too, man. She definitely has been through the rung. And then so we get that. It was interesting to see. They were kind of like already starting to, battle it out, wondering what was going on and what's gonna happen. And then would like to really watch the first episode and or print out the song because apparently
I'm already on you.
You already got it?
I'm already on it.
Nice. So you have it memorized, or you know?
Almost all the way memorized.
Shut up. Swear.
But why? What were you going to bring up?
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they mention it. They talk about how it says it in the song, the trials and this and that.
But you know what I was going to bring up with that is I like it because the song is the titles.
Oh, no
Circle
way.
sown with fate, unlock thy hidden gate. Many tricks and trials. Like it's so freaking good. Those are the titles of the episode. I was like, I love it.
Dang you, good on you, MCU. I love that shit. I love it. Okay, so that's what's up. So then all the song is gonna be hopefully the titles
of it. So
that'd be dope. That'd be freaking dope. So then, so we get these first one, and again we have Sharon. Stray away. She almost gets eaten by the ground. Again, her character, she's like, "This is Talbot. Like, you can't have it."
Her character is hilarious in there.
It's great. It's like it's the little comedic part right now. That we need. And so she gets taken down.
Yeah, she falls into like some mud, quicksand stuff.
But the thing is, I love that they use the protection one. Like the protection person was the one that took her out. So again, she's there for protecting, and she was the one. I don't know if you caught that. So because then she went to go be the one to carry her as well.
She was
So
the first one to grab. Yeah,
you know, so I'm liking that they're keeping that kind of, you know, perspective.
Their roles.
Yes, their perspective roles. So that's interesting. So we get that, and then I love the she's like, since that is not obvious, you know, we stay to the road. Like, you know, so that was funny as hell. Like, she's like, so you know, just so you know, we're staying to this road. And you know, with that being done, then immediately Bree makes a comment. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if the road kept going, but the first thing that came up was that house on the beach, and they walk off the road.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
well, because the road kind of went with it.
Was that where it went? Because that's what Bree said. She said that she thought she saw the road go separate, and she's like, "Well, then they went off the road."
No, I'm pretty sure because I almost like forked, and I think one of it's definitely the road going this way, but there was a road going to the house too. But then when you looked at the house from the far, like the distant, you don't see the road in there.
You just see kind of I want to say like a rock, like
a little
edge.
path.
Yeah. So I saw that. So I don't know, but that house was interesting. Again, you know, the trial that they went through was interesting. I enjoyed the concept that we get. Where I'm speaking of is, you know, or staying on the road, but then we go in to find out again. They're lured here against their not their will, but against their true you know, intentions. Like they, you know, they knew they were dragged, but they are starting to see Agatha's, you know, connivingness, you know,
conniving ways.
Yeah,
she's over there.
They're like, man, I knew you were, you know, a witch. You know what I mean? I knew you were a witch. Like, God damn it, you know. So, but again, what I was telling you before the show, like, I don't know what it is about Agatha's. Or, you know,
you feel like character
like over, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because right there, like the door, I told you, I think it's the anxiety that's causing the fracture in her character to me, I guess, you know, her composure. But like as soon as the door closed, like everyone else is like in the thing, and then she's all like, you know, like looking for the handle.
But
you know
because
what I mean?
she's been through this before, she knows certain things that happen, so she's already like, all right, there's no way out. She already was trying to find a plan B. So I agree with you. Sometimes it does feel like overacting, but I think there's three main reasons. One is because Wanda's hex on her mind still isn't completely healed. Two is she has no power here right now, so everything she does is very like, I need to be careful.
She had power up until Wanda, so waking up to a reality with no powers, okay.
Now she's like very careful, overstepping. She has to be cautious. And then the third thing is she's been down the road. She knows that this is not something easy. It's gonna be trial after trial, and it's gonna be things that possibly could kill you. So she's trying to be aware without letting others know. She's trying to look out for herself before she looks out for anyone. Even though it's supposed to be a coven. It's me first, y'all second. And it just like you can
like
see her.
You know, one of the scenes at the end, you know, she's like, "I'll go first." Like, you know what I mean? Like, so wow, interesting. Okay, so PTSD, lack of powers, and just already PTSD experience from that whole
the road before. Previous. But then her mind is still kind of messed up with the Wanda stuff. So I don't know if Wanda's PTSD. It's more of that disconnect of reality that's still trying to reconnect.
Okay, because that's interesting. Okay, yeah, it's just something about her character I that was getting me. I think I could see that now, more so than before, because I knew, you know, anxiety had to deal with some part of it. Like I was like, she's off her character because I forgot about her powers. I forgot that that gap wasn't real to her. Like it was, she was in her own world due to Wanda. She had powers before. So then to come out and be back and not have anything, now she's vulnerable. She's never been in this state before. Interesting concept.
So if you go into it with that mind, you kind of see that overacting is her being overly cautious.
Well, yeah,
She's
like,
being
I'm
overly
trying to
very-
be cool because I am Agatha. Like, I want them to not forget that I'm Agatha. You know what I mean? Like,
she still has to hold that persona, but at the same time, if any of them fought against me at the same time, they might be able to kill me.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. Okay. So then we get into this home, and they're starting to lose their mind. They're starting to figure out what's going on. They're not losing their mind yet. They're losing it within each other. They're embattled, I guess you could say. Right?
yeah, they're like arguing with each other.
With what's going on. And then one of those scenes when Sharon comes out. Oh my God! And then, like, they're like, what? Bury me in that kitchen, like. So this house is immaculate. Like, if you haven't seen it,
what I love too is when they enter the house, all their costumes change.
Yeah,
so
dope.
they look like something off of a reality
show.
Yeah,
like a middle-aged tea party or something like that. So they're all in sweater vest and like necklaces.
But all their necklaces are their own still.
Yes,
which is what I appreciate.
Except for Agatha's was a pendant or the
a chain.
So there was that. But yeah, then what they say to the teen, she's like, I like your. She's like, I'm missing the eyeliner, but I like your hair. It's cute. That's funny. I thought that was cool. So again, they all changed. Sharon was the only one that was happy, of course, because she's like, God,
this is her.
Well, no, she got all full of mud. She was all
now she's clean.
She's all clean. I think whatever, all like clean. It was hilarious. So,
do you remember the riddle? I do not remember
it. With age, nope, I don't. Not
I don't remember it.
Should have wrote that down. So they get this riddle, but again, the teen is the one that's solving it all. Like, that's what's bothering me a little bit. Like, these ladies that are older, like, they're questioning him, but they're literally overlooking at the fact that he's been the one that helped them almost the whole time. So, like, I don't get it. I don't know. So, you looking up the riddle?
I'm trying to.
Got you. Double work.
I was about to say, if you find it before I do. Okay, found it.
Go for it.
My age has value. I'm no fun alone. I mess with your mind. My tricks are well known.
And then she says wine.
Yeah, Sharon says wine because she sees the bottle and everything over there. So,
and it's funny that ended up being the answer. I wouldn't have thought of it. I didn't think of it.
I wouldn't have thought of it.
Me either. I wouldn't have thought.
But then again, I don't drink like that, so.
I don't do wine. I don't do riddles like that. You know what I mean?
I actually enjoy riddles.
You do? I figure you would.
What does that mean?
I figure you will love that. I would get frustrated. Two sentences. I'm tongue tied. Get this out of my face. Like, why am I reading this?
That's the whole purpose for me. I'm like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let me stare at this for a minute.
Solved.
Hold on, wait a minute, and I turn it around.
So the wine was it. I thought it was hilarious that they Sharon didn't even
immediately just bloom.
She's like, don't judge me, like, but it's the truth. Like, wouldn't y'all like?
She's been through it. Right. She's in some place she's never known. She saw something freaking crawl down the stairs all crazy. Almost died in some mud. Like, yeah, like she's been through some stuff right now. She needed that.
She just downs it. Oh, it was great.
But the moment she downs it, then all of a sudden you see that timer go off, and it's a 30-minute timer.
And again, I like it. I like the spooky value of it. Like what is it? Thrill. There we go. A thriller. There we go. Timer started. What the hell is the timer for? 30 minutes. This episode focused on basically these potions.
Yeah,
potion lady. So I feel again it was a trial for her.
Yeah.
So trial number 1 goes to potions.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, we find out all these potions are like somewhat used in real life. Like, did you get that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, eye of this and this and that. And she's like, in other words, mustard seed. And I was like, do not tell me this. Like, do not tell me that these like spells like all.
But I mean, you got to be practical with it too. Back then, it was named certain things for them, but it had changed over the years. So yeah, I have new is like mustard seed, the guts of colonial
you know, animal or insect or whatever. Yeah.
is a bee or an ant. One of those would have worked, but you use honey because bees actually eat it and spit it back out. So it's just like it's very interesting that they like. I like that they keep that tone in theirs too.
They brought it to the current day. In other words, okay.
Well, because I mean, it technically always was current, but now it's more
like that's what I'm saying. Current language or whatever. You know, the language of the current day. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, I was just like, what? Don't tell me that. That's what it is. Like, you know, like that just fucks with me. But the part I think is funny of that part of the ingredients is Catherine Hahn, you know, or Agatha calls out homegirl like, you know, there's petroleum in here.
Because she has her skincare stuff and whatever, and she's like, all natural. Let's find out. And she brings it and she looks at her. She's like, throw it in there.
But again, it goes back to I think it's her trial because that restroom was all
her stuff.
And when she was in the mirror, she mentioned that she looks like her customers.
Yeah.
So I really feel that trial was her being real, I guess, destroying her potions. Say. Yeah. So to be able to escape her.
I mean, the other thing too with that, like I agree with you entirely. I think it's her trial because you have to have the coven gather sisters, fire, water, earth, and air. This was the water trial. With the potions. So we still have 3 other trials that we have to go through: fire, earth, and air.
I like that. Ooh,
we have to.
Ooh, you heard that here first, guys. I like that concept. I haven't even read of a theory like that. That's fucking good. But I like that. Oh, that gave me chills, bro. Hell yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, because even like when the water like started flooding over that, like it started coming through.
It looked like they were in an aquarium almost.
Yeah,
like toward the end of the trial, like the outside was what? It even had fishes in there too, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's interesting. I didn't think of it like that, but in this we see everyone's hallucinations. Again, spoiler alerts where we see everyone's fears. Right now, I don't know the older lady's fear. She ran into a fortune teller, or it looked like her mother or something.
Dude, you know what's crazy was? I rewatched it. That's her. The little girl?
Yeah, the younger one. I saw her like a resemblance.
But in the credits it says young Lilia. And that was her smaller version. And I guess whoever the other lady was is probably the one that taught her how to use.
Interesting. Because I saw a resemblance. I didn't know the literal her credit was called Young Lilia.
In the credits it's Young Lilia. And I was like, whoa.
Snap. Okay.
I was like you said, it looks similar. They look like they could be related, but I didn't realize it was you.
Younger version. Yeah. So I wonder what it was. I wonder if she may have killed that person. She did say something about she's dead. They're dead. They're all dead or something like that. And then I love the language change, like showing her like original. I think it was Italian or Sicilian or something like that.
Yeah,
Sicilian. So it said something like that. Yeah. So we'll be getting.
We know their elements.
Yeah.
We know what each of them represent. The potions one was water because she got drowned. The air one is the protection one because of all the smoke and
you think whatnot. So? She had fire.
Hers is interchangeable. It's either fire or air because the steam and everything could represent the air, but also the fire with the mom and everything could be the fire. So hers is the questionable one.
The older lady did look burnt, so maybe she died in a fire.
She probably died in a fire, but then the clairvoyant one, Lilia, she was buried at one point.
Was she?
I think in the thing like they showed her like being buried. She's Earth. No, she's not Earth. She's she can't be Earth because Sharon was supposed to be Earth.
You might be right. Earth. She might be fire.
Yeah, she might be fire. So the other one might be air. So it's interchangeable between one of them has to be it. So it's right there. So we need a new Earth Witch.
Yep. Sad. We'll get there. But we get their fears. So we see
Yes.
the mom. We run into the protection witch's mother. She says something about she couldn't save her mom, right?
She could feel
grandma.
her mom die, and she's like, even though we're thousands of miles away, I could still feel it.
And I can't protect you.
Yeah.
So that was wicked. That was a little crazy. She's playing with these flames. You know, the daughter like immediately like falls, you know, to her knees, like thinking it was her mom, which is crazy. And then they're there for frankincense. They're getting ingredients, and the only reason why you're not hearing about the teen, pardon me on that yawn, is about the fact that because he couldn't drink, and I love that little part too. He's like, "What about me?" And she's like, "Sure," and everybody's like, "Hey, what?" No, I took it away from him. Like, Agatha was the only one. Like, "Oh, heck no!" Yeah.
But I love that switch later on too.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. The protect. Yeah. So we get that. So they go through hallucinations. They go through a funny phase of like the face deformation and stuff.
Oh yeah, it looks like they got like bad Botox and stuff.
I like Lilia where she's like,
I'm okay with it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't look bad at all. Like, so it was that was crazy. But during that time, Agatha's avoiding this whole wine the whole time.
Yeah, she dumps hers out.
And again, they know, like everyone knows, but it makes you wonder how
she saw
when she went through the road the first time. This is me asking you, did she have powers? Do you think because
she had to have powers? I think when she first accessed the road, she had to have powers, and then whatever she got at the end of the road made her even more powerful.
Okay, because that's where I'm wondering, because like, did she do this the other time and like killed everyone along her way?
What I find interesting though is she's not always last, because when she's like, when they get to the house, Sharon's like, "Well, we don't want to surprise no one," and rings the doorbell. But then Agatha's like, "Well, don't we?" Yeah. And she walks in. She was the first one in, but when it came to the wine, she was the last to even try it. Like she like held the wine and everything. Everybody else had drank some,
but she's the instigator. Yeah. She gets everyone to do it first, and then she
sees what's going on. Again, it kind of plays on that she doesn't have the power, so she wants to see how it plays. So she's kind of like, I'm protecting me. Mm-hmm. And I like how too, like they're like, well, "What happened to you?" And she has her hair in front of her face, and
she's trying to like hide it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking we could do. Like that's hilarious. I thought that too. She's again, her character is throwing me off a little bit. I can't get over it, but I get what you're saying now. Yeah. But when we get to one of the hardest parts of the show right here is they're trying they pass the potion witch's fear in the end. Like, so she gets drowned at one point during the same hallucinations that the protection one and the other one,
everybody's having their
own one. Yeah. So he called it on the water. She gets drowned, but we don't know who the guy is that's drowning her. Do you have an idea?
He's just a doctor.
Do you think maybe from like back in the time that she like died, maybe, or the one that took away her powers? Maybe?
I think it was the one that took away her powers, because she said she was bound, and then with him drowning her, that's probably like, subconsciously she might have bound herself.
Maybe
because whatever she did, now he was aggressive toward her and like, trying to drown her, and now it's
interesting. So yeah, so she gets drowned, but then we get Agatha finally show an inkling of not remorse. What's the word? Like
almost like caring, like a softer side of Agatha.
Yeah, right then at that moment, and so they're making the potion. They're get it going. It's supposed to I'm passing the part. Yes, I'm at that part. So they get all the potions. It's supposed to be blue. They start arguing about like it's a teal, it's a blue green, like so so that's funny. Side story, because we need to show you what's going on with Sharon. Sharon ends up saying Wanda let him breathe, and she startles Agatha even more. Yeah. And then that's when Agatha actually finally drinks the potion, because they find out,
Yeah.
So
but I like how before she drinks the potion, she's like, "No," and she throws a glass on the ground, and then another glass fills up.
Oh, and I thought it was cool. It was filling up on the counter of the prior one when she dumped it out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool that, in her hand, it was filling up. So it showed that she had.
And then it took Teen. He's like, "Drink." And then we're right then she's like, no. And he's like, fine, I'll drink. And then that's when you see that protection on her again. She's like, no, 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 no. And she
Wow.
grabbed it. She's
I
like,
don't want another.
you're not gonna do it. It's almost like both a protection thing for her, but at the same time, like, no, if I don't do, it's almost like if I don't do this, then I don't get my wish at the end. Type of deal.
You're gonna get my wish.
Yeah.
Like if you end up doing everything that I need to do for me, then you
I
might.
don't get anything you do.
Yep. Ooh, so then, so we get that blue green like spell. Then finally, Catherine, lets her know like, yo, you I've left you alone purposely. That's a little interesting to hear.
Yeah.
So Agatha is, I guess, aware of all the witches, maybe, or like could have sensed them at one point.
I think so. Yeah.
So she apparently left her alone because her like purpose was
helping people,
something like that. Like
she's like,
I know you have your own little thing going, but your real purpose, is is real. Like I believe in it, So it was interesting to see that little switch, and then to see finally Agatha's fear. Agatha's fear. We get a mention. We ain't like normal shows hopping on the bandwagon and saying this name all willy-nilly, but we saved the best name for, because it's just thrown around so much. They mentioned Mephisto.
You gotta act like that forever.
My God.
Everybody's freaking out. Every YouTube video is they said it.
Mephisto, my God. Like, yeah. That's Bree's favorite thing. Like, she loves that. Beep, 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 beep. So confetti. I wish I would. So get a name drop of Mephisto.
This is before Agatha's hallucinations.
Yeah. So we get this mention again. Mephisto is brought up by the potions woman. Pardon my names and how terrible we are, but she's speaking to the teen, and she's kind of getting in his ear. Again, maybe a foresight of what's to come or what we're gonna see. But she makes him
throw us off.
Yeah, or throw us off. Again, Marvel knows what they're doing. They know the hype train. So she goes on to say that you do know what happened with Agatha, right? And then Teen is kind of curious as to, no, I don't. She's like, well, she sold her son for the Book of the Damned.
Yeah.
And that is, the Darkhold for people that follow MCU and stuff. So he doesn't believe it. I know he read about Agatha, so for him to have like somewhat of an idea, maybe it did come up and he just didn't believe that.
Well, there's probably some history on her a bit here and there, but it doesn't probably go as far back as
having a child or if she had something or whatever.
As long as she lived too.
Yeah. So we get that main drop, Mephisto. So it was pretty interesting to hear.
Oh yeah, she's like, we don't. Agatha won't even know her own son if it walked up to her doorstep, which is clue number one that they're trying to imply Teen is her son. And then she's like, he could be dead or be an agent of Mephisto. And that was when everybody, freaks out. They're like, oh, and I'm like, eh.
I'm telling you.
And it's interesting too, because right before that, they find out that all witches can't hear his name.
So what is it?
It's a sigil.
A sigil.
A sigil is placed on him, so no witch can hear his name, or I guess know anything about him if he tries to,
And witches,
all witches, yeah.
So follow me here, theory and or wondering how it would work. So would you think Teen could tell a normal human? Do you think say he tells me and I go to tell Agatha, would that sigil travel to me for just the sake of the name? I
think the way the sigil will work is if Agatha were to ask you his name, you would forget his name. You can know it, but when you're trying to tell a witch person, it'll block it. Like it erases it at that moment. So you're like, I actually don't remember. And now you would have to go back, and when you come back and try to do it again, you're like, oh, I forgot. It's probably do something like that. I don't think the sigil
travels. Interesting. Yeah, I was just curious. I was like, maybe there was a way around it. Nope. Who knows? But we find that out, and they find that out.
Yeah, they find it out.
They're interested again. They're curious. They didn't mention anything about the lettering. It went really quick.
Yeah.
Also, like it actually like a stitch just like went in and out. Like it was a pretty interesting little effect. But they were curious. They
were like, who would put a sigil on the scene? And then they look at Agatha, and Agatha's like, I don't have time for sigils. Like, that ain't my stuff.
That's below me.
Yeah.
So to have that sigil, you know, again, not knowing who's controlling this kid. Fast forward to Agatha's fear now, and Agatha's fear starts crying. You have an idea now as to what it may be, and then she comes up to this cradle, and that cradle contains the Book of the Damned. So a little overhyped, but again, it threw her off. Threw her off. So again, now again was that a hint? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why was what she told him the truth? As in, like, she wouldn't even know her son if she saw him. Like, because I'm wondering if she was wondering what was in there. You know what I mean? Like, is there a boy or is there a girl? Like, she don't even know what she may have given up.
Well, we do know she has a son.
Yeah, her son. I was like, so but. Yeah, so we see that. So we see her fear. We see the Darkhold. So she definitely did what may have, been told to the teen. Then we get the clarity of Homegirl. She goes through it. They give their hair. The hair potion turns blue.
She's like, everybody needs to give their hair and the blood of somebody who hasn't drank the wine. So then Agatha immediately cuts Teen's hand.
What do you think about that? I think, please tell me about that effect. Like, if that's one fucking effect, pardon my language, that I can't get over, like, everyone in any movie universe can just literally slice their hand. In my head, prick me, like, or a paper cut. Every goddamn movie, like,
it's all like Naruto with them biting their whole. Yeah, dude, it's just like it's always like that. So, you know how many nerve endings are on your hand? That hurts.
But I was gonna say, like, dude, no one gives regard to the fact that there's so much in your hand. Like, you're now screwed. Like, any movie, I'm talking about any movie, not just right now. Like, anyone that needs to sacrifice blood, they go straight down the middle of their freaking.
It's either straight down or like a diagonal. And I'm like, either way you look at it, none is gonna heal. You move your hand too much.
You grabbing the edge, like if you like later on the movie that you already know when they're damaged in their hand, they're holding an edge. Like, mark my words. And now I'm gonna keep an eye out. Like, anyone that has a damaged hand, they hold on to something. I know it. They're like, it's so guys. Like,
you know what else? I'm like, besides the prick finger, you have a whole ear. Like, you could, like, legit cut, and it bleeds pretty decent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I like the picture. There was a picture on, Facebook. It was Naruto's eye, or the eyes in the Naruto universe, and there were light bulbs.
Oh. Basically, for real, though. I'm gonna use ninjutsu to fix this. You know.
The inner linings of my eyes no longer don't have a concept. The eye's just gonna work, like,
and how fast it works too.
Straight up, like, instantly turned into a Renegon.
I'm like, hold on, wait, like, you got a whole healing jutsu for that. You see the way Sakura heals? Like, it still takes a second.
Pull his eye, use his eye. Like, so yeah, I just had to ask, because, like, man, she just, like, slices that dude. And in my head, I was like, that is such an impractical idea. Like, really all the movies, I just, anyone's like, we need blood, and they just, and then they squeeze. Like I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's just my. If I make a movie, I promise you, we need to sacrifice blood, and they're gonna be like, no. Like, that's gonna be my joke. Like, if someone's gonna go up there to, like, slice their hand, no, you don't have to do all that.
Right? But then, like, the other thing too is they were just lucky to have a teen come along, because each of them drank the wine. They would not have an antidote if it was just the 5 of them.
So how would you wonder how they would have gotten past?
There's no way to pass unless you had somebody that didn't drink.
So they would have died.
Yeah. Unless Agatha kind of had the right notion. She didn't drink right away. They could have used her, and then she would drink, activate the stuff on her, and then drink the countermeasure right after. So technically, Agatha had the right mind to kind of wait.
One of us.
Yeah.
That's deep, bro. God, how does your mind work, my friend? Like, Jesus, like, you just peeling back like layers, bro. Like,
I just like
layers. Deep.
It just kind of happens.
Yeah. Freaking deep into that shit, bro. I'm looking at that banana peel and it's brown. Like, that's all I'm looking at. I don't think it's a good banana in there. You're gonna peel that shit back. And
you're like, hold on, wait, it's still decent. Honestly, the brown bananas are sweeter.
I don't even try.
How do you think you get banana bread and banana pudding? It's brown bananas.
I don't let me see it. Like don't just let me eat the banana bread, bro. Like, do not let me see you putting some raw bananas.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. No, I see Bree made banana or trying to make banana bread, like, but I always eat the bananas before they get there. Bro, Jariah eats them. Let me know. I eat one of the five.
That's okay.
So
Jariah gets a pass. You don't.
So yeah. Jesus. All right, so we get this blood, guys. And again, impractical, effective way of getting blood, but we get this blood of this teen, and
they
the potion.
To pluck a hair out.
They pluck the hair out. They make the potion. It ends up happening, and then from there, just making sure we're not missing comments from Facebook like we did that one time.
Right? Oh, that would be terrible.
That is terrible. Now we're
nervous.
Like, so let me double check, guys. All right, we're good.
Okay.
So, but the potion turns blue. Agatha convinces her that she is who she is. You're a potions chick. I'm believing you. You are who you are. You had the knowledge even if your power wasn't there. Boom. Next thing you know, the thing works. The timer's still going. We forgot about Sharon. Oh my God, Sharon. So then we go.
They all down the thing.
Like, they wondered what happened, and so Sharon's there. They get to Sharon. Sharon's moving. They give her the potion. The timer goes off. Then this is where it gets, literally downhill.
What, you don't like this?
Yes, I do. Okay. But they literally do go downhill afterwards. But after this, we get the glass that breaks. Funny part. Lilia, the oven opens. She's like, a friend of mine had this happen. Like, she's like, she had a nice house too. Like, meaning she died in an oven. No one's gonna crawl in the oven again. The witches and fire probably don't mix, so they got a fear.
But then also too, they dropped when Agatha earlier on, she's like, we have to follow these literal breadcrumbs, and it's all tying to Hansel and Gretel.
I love it. And so then I don't see it like you, bro. I need to change my mind, dog. I need to take some shrooms or something. Just be one with movies. Like
I am one with the MCU.
Yeah, I'm Zen.
All of a sudden, you see your other arms poke out.
So then
see, the bad part is I could see you doing that and me getting somebody or doing practical effects and making other arms and taking a picture of you, be like, dude, this was you.
No way. That happened.
Like, I honestly don't know, man. It was in your head, not mine.
So then we get the oven. We have this. They finally go in. They the potions girl is like, yo, I'm out. So she takes off. Water's flooding in. We're in this underwater beach house. The water's flooding in, and protection, like we mentioned earlier in the show, the protection, which was again doing her protecting,
immediately
and
went to
go help Sharon. They were trying to get her, and then I love that when Agatha goes and gets her, they make a joke, she's so tiny, but why is she so heavy? So again, it goes back to I really wonder how much dead weight is dead weight. I've always wondered, like,
it's a lot.
It's literally 145 pounds of just sack, like, So as they're going, they take her in, they put her go, and then we speak of what we said earlier as well. she goes first. Like she will put herself first.
Yeah.
So she left the protection one, the one that's been saving everybody, back as last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they go down.
But it kind of fits the protection one too. Like make sure everybody gets through before she goes.
True. So the last one then goes down the chute. We go, and literally, as I was saying, downhill. They slide down and they come out, and everyone's good. Everyone's back in their original clothing.
Yes.
They go back. They revert back to their clothing. With the road off to the side, so they they came back
to the road.
So we're there. Everyone's back, shaking off. Let's go. We're good. And then Teen drops, the notion that we lost Sharon.
She's like, Sharon's dead. Who's Sharon?
Yeah, dude, I was about to say. I wanted you to say it. Like, we lost Sharon. Like, who's Sharon? Like, that was. Bree said the same thing. She's like, she's so dirty. Like,
but it's because for the longest, it's Mrs. Hart.
Miss Hart, yeah. So she called her Mrs. Hart the whole time. All the way through. Yeah. So she never changed. Yeah. She kept trying to make
this is who you are. But that's where I was telling you too. That that fragmentation.
Yeah. So that is true. Who's Sharon? Like, who the fuck's Sharon? So she dies, guys. So Kitty, Bree called it. She literally when they were she was by herself, in the forest backtracking. She goes, they're not gonna kill her off already, and I was like, no, surely not.
She's coming back. In the lyrics, if one be gone, we carry on. Spirit be our guide. She has to come back because it legit says it in the lyrics. One of us goes, but we have to get unless she's not a legit
being
witch.
There in spirit. Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Literally, spiritly there.
That'd be funny. Unless she's not a real witch, then technically I could see the witch's road leaving her dead and bringing back the next Earth witch.
I was gonna say, they might bring back old homegirl.
Yep.
Oh snap! The real Earth one.
Yeah, that's the real Earth witch.
Oh snap! All right, yeah. He gets me excited. See, that's why we work together, bro. I love it. Fucking love it. All right, so we got a show, guys. I enjoy it. I don't know about you.
It's going really well. Honestly, by now, the previous seasons are kind of dull. They're I'm kind of over them. But episode 3 so far, I'm it's going really well. Episode 4, I can't wait for. I want to get to the end already. I kind of want to be let's
show me the road already. Yeah. What is the prize?
Yeah,
I like it. I'm glad you like it. Then you have me worried. We usually have conflicting ideologies when it comes to scoring towards the end. But cool. Yeah, I enjoy it, guys. It's a good spooky show. Like I said, has enough little thrills, and then right now it's a little heavy on the comedy side. But again, the suspense is there, the curiosity of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That again, name drops with MCU doing what they do. I think we still have a show.
Definitely.
They've kept this in pretty good secrecy.
No, yeah, they really have. They haven't dropped too much information at all. And I'm this is what we wanted for TV shows and movies for Marvel now. Keep this up.
Exactly. So who was it? Bob Iger. I think Bob Iger was the one that stepped back in and was like, yo, pull it back. We talked about it on the show. You'll see it on the YouTube videos if you watch them. We brought it. It was just saying that, Bob Iger came back in and was like, yo, y'all are flooding this market. Y'all are oversaturated, and this is why our scores are shit. You know what I mean? And again, it was the fans, us fans, telling them it's not that it's oversaturated. You're just doing the wrong things.
It kind of was oversaturated too.
You think? Oh, okay. So I didn't mind. Was it about 4 or 5? I think the first year they came out was WandaVision, Falcon, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, Loki. I think 5 or 6. It was 6 shows that came out consecutively. The following year they had another 5 that were coming, and then that's when they were like, "Yo, back it out." Ironheart was pulled. I think there was another Wakandan series pulled.
Speaking of which, did we talk about that? Because I heard. Oh yeah, we did talk about that last time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're doing the right thing, I think. Again,
I think they limited it to
three and
then
two feature films, I believe. So I think they're gonna.
That's pretty good.
I think that's right. I think that's the right move to do, especially if we're leading to the culmination of Secret Wars and Doomsday, you know, and all those. So you know, I think if they can tell the stories right, getting to those, then the stories work, and then spin-offs from the stories lead to, you know, so on and so forth. So
those are pretty good.
I think they're good. So stay tuned, guys. I hope y'all are enjoying it as much as we are enjoying it. Practical? No, I'm misspeaking. The effects are good.
Some of them are practical.
You think so?
Like the cup refilling, I think that was a practical effect.
Like one of the glasses that had like
that little thing to fill it back up. The water slide was actually legit practical from like the Goonies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was some stuff that in there that was like, you know, what I like too is the one shots where they pan the camera, and then when they come back, the scene's slightly different. Like like there's some there's some stuff in there that
are practical. Yeah. Got it. Okay, because I was about to misspoke there, but the effects are great. Nothing bad at all. Again, the writing is there. It's getting there, and it has again the suspense, the thrills, again for the perfect season, spooky season.
Yeah.
The colder weather for the fans up north, and we still haven't gotten it down here. Just a little taste of the 60s and 70s at night. But you know,
I mean, I'd rather be in 80s and 100s. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The taste of the 60s and at nighttime is a blessing. Like I freaking love it. I'm sitting outside just chilling. And but yeah, so tuned in, guys. Again, I'm super stoked about the finale being 8 and 9, falling on the day before Halloween. So it's gonna be great. Great season. I feel confident, but we felt confident about Secret Invasion.
You felt confident.
At least by number 4, I was
okay. We got pretty confident.
Number 4, because again, the peak of every show that we discussed was episode 4. So we might get a pretty good episode next season, next week.
Couple episodes.
So I'm excited, guys. But again, stay tuned to the Hideout. That is all I got for this week. Because I definitely got to step off here soon. We missed being able to talk about My Hero. So definitely tune in next week. We'll talk about Agatha. We'll run through. Hopefully the news isn't as heavy. We went off on some news today, and then but Agatha episode 4, and then we have we'll have 3 episodes to cover on My Hero. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. My Hero's going hard. I'm enjoying it. It's still freaking. I still don't think I got to the part that you're talking about, but I was pretty upset with what happened on this last one, guys. I might do I don't know. That was wasn't what I was expecting. It hurt. So I'll explain my grief next week. But yeah, guys, stay tuned to the Hideout, YouTube, Spotify, you name it, the Hideout page. Like for the contents, follow us. Again, we'll be bringing any kind of rumors, confirmations, actors, etc., guys. But thank you, guys. Thank y'all for everything. Y'all have another great week, and we'll see y'all next week, guys.
See you guys later.